yesterday and the morning today about people finding the value in those mini workshops we conduct here in theaters. So what do you think? What do you say? Do you find values, things to learn, some takeaways? Learning something new? Yeah? What you will be seeing here with us today with Cornerstone Training Solutions is not going to be any different. We hope to be able to portray and to basically display and show you some of the pictures that you might be able to think about later, hopefully making you enjoy the experiment today and later on if you decide to use our services. What we would like to talk about is an edu-enter-training experience that the audience will go through with us. Educational and entertaining, and it's also training at the same time. And with Cornerstone Training Solutions, we talk about learn, shift, and enjoy. As a participant, I learned something new during the workshop, and I don't call it a lecture, it's a workshop, and you will see pretty soon what I mean by that. I actually shift my behavior consciously from what I am doing at the moment because I discovered that I need to undo that and then later on enjoy the results. For me personally as an audience or as a participant and eventually for the organization. And by the way, my name is Kamal Naman and I'm the Managing Director and founder of Cornerstone Training Solutions based in the Knowledge Village in Dubai. And I'm pleased to meet all of you today. So, the topic today is about waffles. I like waffles, especially in the mornings. Raise your hand if you do. Oh, everyone. Okay. I can't do omelets and eggs because I'm allergic. I don't know about you, but there is always a reason why we have waffles. And today, we're talking about waffles because they could be the healthy recipe to pain-free performance appraisals. Of course, if you wait for a while, you will know why I'm saying that. And since we're talking about waffles, I had a quick experience yesterday with one of the visitors at the stand 340, where we are, and she was asking me about Cornerstone Training. And we talked about waffles, and I told her, why don't you come and attend our presentation? I don't see her here today, but I'm sure she will be popping in later. And she said, I'm allergic to waffles. And I can't tolerate yeast. And on my trip to Brussels, on one of those vacations, I just read my report from the doctor, which says, stay away from yeast. So that means I couldn't have them in Brussels or in France. And then I told her, would you be attending our seminar? It's all about waffling. And she said, yeah, I will not be allergic to attending a seminar, but probably to eating some. So welcome to all of you, and allow me to ask you and share with you some common experiences. Have you been ever in a situation where you heard the following? We have performance appraisals in place, but nobody follows them. Yeah? Or my managers believe that performance appraisals and performance management is all waste of time. Yeah? Have you encountered something like that? Maybe you've heard about it, you've seen it somewhere. For us, we see it all the time, and maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's a fact. That's the ugly truth. Sometimes we hear managers and L&D managers and directors saying, our employees think performance appraisal is all about money. It's all about bonuses. It's all about pay raises and all that. And some of them say, we don't have any performance appraisals in place. Can you help us design and put in place some? And the answers to all those questions and observations would be very easy and very straightforward with the little example I'm going to be running with you here. Please understand that everything here is staged today because I want to convey a message to your subconscious mind about how do we conduct training, workshops at Cornerstone Training Solutions. So everything I say, everything I do is actually staged and made for a reason. Now, in order for me to proceed and not to waste time, especially for the people who are going to come after me, I like to have 6 people from the audience to come forward with their chairs, please. 6 volunteers. Thank you. Somebody from the front rows? Over there. تفضلي. عادة اللي ما بيطلع بنعزمه. Anybody? Roberta? We need to, thank you. One more person. Oh, we're good. So Christine, who's going to help me in this presentation in order to gain time and be effective and efficient, is going to hand over to you a little card. I want you to read it. And I'll pass by and ask you for your names. And I want you to tell me the answer to the card in front of you very quickly. Christine, please step in here and write down the names of the people. I'm going to start with this side with George. George, tell me quickly, what do you do in life?
I organized the show.
You did organize all this. I'm going to assess you at the end. Thank you for being with us. Roberta?
I'm a coach.
So you are in the right place then.
I'm a training officer. Need to? Need to.
Okay. And on this side?
Florentina, training manager.
Welcome to this mini workshop. And here?
Arwa, I'm office manager in Emirates Academy for Civil Defense.
Thank you, Arwa.
My name is David, and I run a company called Smart Coaching and Training, and that's self-evident what we do.
Okay, so you're in the right place, I believe. Okay, so would you like to tell us the answer to the card you have in front of you? Christine have already written your names. So she decided already that George is going to be an employee. She decided already that Roberta is going to be an employee. And Nitu is going to be an employee as well. And she decided that Florentina is going to be a coach or a manager, in this case, assessing her employee. Arwa and David, the same thing. Okay? Do you all agree? Do you have anything against that? Great. Now, I'm going to ask George to read the paper in front of him, or the card, and answer that in front of everyone.
Okay, so mine was, what was the scariest situation you have encountered ever? Now, mine's a bit of a deep one. I was actually in the Asian tsunami in 2004. So I actually was there, and safe to say is quite possibly the scariest moment of my entire life, and probably ever will be. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing, George. Moving on with Roberta.
If you're tight for money, what would you sell first? My car.
Your car?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you what my wife said when she got asked this question. She said, I'll sell my husband's 2 bikes. And Nitu, what do you have to tell us about your card?
My question is, if you were to reverse time and do one more thing you regret not doing, what would it be? I think there was a time when my father said you should pursue your studies more rather than just, go off to the job market. I regret that. I think I should have done my MBA first and then, jumped into the job.
You mean to say not listening to your father? Sorry? Not listening to your father. What did he say at that time?
I said, no, I want to go to the job market and see and get experience.
So, good lesson for later. Thank you very much. Moving on with Florentina.
If tomorrow was your last day on Earth, what would you make sure you do before you're gone?
Ooh, that's a nice one.
I'm going to organize a concert and I'm going to sing.
Are you a singer? All right. We're going to see about that later after the show. Arwa?
Yeah. What specific things have you done that impressed yourself? Well, my boss, he asked me to arrange for a day out 1 week before for 350 employees with their families. So I have done it in a proper way to Ferrari Ward, Yes Water Ward. Just 1 week before, I arranged all buses and tickets. I ordered them in advance and food, everything for just 1 day. And everybody got their tickets on time. And I got the excellent evaluation. I sent it after the day out. I felt that I have done something for the first time in activity group, and I did not think that I will do it.
So did it count for your performance appraisal?
Yeah, this is part of our performance appraisal.
And you got a bonus, I hope. Thank you very much. David?
David, my question is, what is the biggest surprise you gave to someone and made them happy? And I'm going to cite a client when I drove from Riyadh down to Madinat Zayed in the western region here just to surprise him.
That's really good. Thank you very much for all of you. Do you know why you're here? All of you, do you know why you're here? Yeah? Neither do I, honestly. But we'll figure out something now. Okay, so employee, 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 coach or manager, coach or manager, coach or manager. You work in a factory on a production line and you are working in a shift with probably other 15, 16 other people. Same thing for Roberta and Nitu, right? You have a manager for the shift, in this case, Florentina. The manager for this shift is going to be Arwa, and David is going to be obviously the manager for the shift where Nitu is working amongst other colleagues. Your job is to produce a balloon dog. And you need to produce something like 460 balloon dogs in an 8-hour workday on those production lines, right? So Christine is gonna hand over to you 3 balloons only, 1 to Nitu. Let her choose the color. And don't get any funny ideas, audience, please. Okay, so she's getting this one, and George is getting the orange one. Great, and there's gonna be 1 for me, and the rest you're gonna hide them there in case of emergency. Great. So, how do we do a balloon dog? Before I show you how do we do a balloon dog, and we understand how waffles can come into the picture over here, we are going to say one advice. The manager is going to focus only and only on his or her employee. That means Florentina is going to focus on George's task, and you're going to assess George's task of producing a balloon dog. You have nothing to do with what Roberta is doing or anybody else. And the same thing applies to Arwa because she's going to be focusing on Roberta, and David is going to be focusing merely on Nitu. Is this understood? Clear? Good? The audience are okay with that? Everybody? Say yes if you agree. I didn't hear you. Again? Okay, changed my mind. Right, so how do we do a balloon dog? Christine. We gotta get moving fast. I don't know, did I mention any time limits? Not really. But we gotta do it fast because of the other presentations afterwards. Christine, can you please take your place at the flip chart? I know. I'm gonna say we have 1 more minute given to you. You're still 2 on the production line and your manager is assessing you. Yeah, she's not gonna help you though. No. We're observing. We're observing. "15 seconds.